Hi everyone, this is an introduction to Python, and I'm Karan. Before discussing Python, as the smart ones might have figured out, we are first going to talk about programming languages. Programming languages. Why do we need them? Why can't we talk to computers in English? Or why can't computers understand English? It would have been so much easier. Now, some of you must be thinking, yeah, I do give instructions to my computer in English. I call Siri, I ask her to call my friend, or I ask Google Assistant to search something on Google. Hmm, is that programming? Is it? So, we are going to ask those questions more thoroughly in the AI part of this course. Right now, we are thinking about data analytics and we are thinking about basics of programming languages and basics of a specific programming language called Python. Now, why would you call something like a programming language by the name of a snake? But as it turns out, and as I found out, it is not named on a snake, it is named on something which is a comedy show, a British comedy show called Monty Python's Flying Circus. Hmm. Monty Python's Flying Circus. It sounds like a comedy show. Yes, it is a comedy show. Um, where somebody called Monty Python used to come up with sketches. Okay, so Python has to do with comedy and lightheartedness in the programming word, I guess, because it is simpler to read and understand as compared to other languages. It does not have a very complicated syntax that you need to wrap your head around. It's closest to English, but it is not English. And the reason why it is not English is this: we saw her duck means three different things in English. Okay, we cannot do with that in the computer world. The computer is going to confuse the heck out of itself by reading such statements. Now we will go into technicalities of the programming language and the theory. I think we are pretty much done with the theory right now. Let's just go into the terminal and just type IPython. If this is getting too scary for you right now, like what is IPython, why I did this straight away, how to install it, don't worry, we have a video for that. We will be putting it up soon. How to set up your dev environment, you don't need to worry about that. Just and sit back and just enjoy the view of what a programming language can do. A programming language like Python can do. So Python, IPython. Yeah. So the first thing I am going to do here is do some basic mathematical operations. 22 plus 87, enter. 109, that is true. 44 divided by 22, that is 2.0. So the difference between the first thing that the programming language returned and the second thing is that The first one is an integer because it's kind of a pure number, like it does not have a decimal after that, after the number, so there is no decimal in this number. Then second one has a decimal um, in the middle. There is a decimal between 2 and 0. So this is called a float. So these are just data types in a programming language. Now I'm going to type something here, literally something. Oh, yeah. So as we have gotten our first error, and it is called syntax error, it just means that the grammar that I used here is not acceptable in this language, and the computer tells it to me straight up, like my third standard grammar English grammar teacher tells it to you straight up. So I see the problem here. I've passed double quotes first, then I closed it with single quotes. So I need to close it with double quotes only. It will say something. Yeah, and then I can also write all these things into a variable. Say A equals 22, B equals 89, 98, whatever. So yeah, these are variables, and I can do operations with variables as well. A plus B. Let's do a inter type operation. So let's try to add a string and integer. So let's say I'll pass C equals hi, and I will try to add C to A. It says that there is a type error, must be string not int. So I can so what this means is that I can add strings to strings. That must be cool. So let's add a hi. Let's do like C plus hello. I think I should put a space in the middle so that this does not look too cluttered. Hi, hello. Yeah, so this is kind of cool. We can do a whole section on strings, and this specific property of a string you are going to use a lot. You can use a string, and you can add it to a string. You can maybe let's try multiplying a string with a integer. So let's multiply a times hello, a times a times c. Let's do it. Oh, so it gives me 22 times hi. Yeah, for the ones who want to count and verify this, please go ahead. I'm going to move on to something called if statements. So if statements, pretty interesting. I have written some of them already. So this is if, else if, and else. So whichever of these is true, it will print out. I think the second one, the else if statement, is true. 3 equals equals. Oh, I haven't talked about these operators yet. Let me just execute this code and then talk about these operators. So when you want to check whether something is equal to something or something is not equal to something, you put two equal to's in front, equal to signs in front, in between those two things, because as we have seen, when we need to define or assign a value to a variable, it is done with a single equals to. So if I do a equals to b, it will assign the value of b to a. So a equals 98 and b equals 98. That is not what I want to do here. I just want to check whether they are equal or not. So I will put two equal to signs in the middle and check. It says true. That means a and b are equal. We have just set them equal in the above code. Now, why all these things are relevant in data analytics? I don't think that this has a direct correlation to like real world data analytics straight up, but there are some things you need to know about the language, like how the language works or what are the basic syntax of a language. So all these things, if statements, for loops, these are some things that you will use every day while you are doing data analysis. So this is basic Python for you. If we are going to do a more deeper dive, we will have to reserve it for the next video. Right now, this is just where I would like to end this. So thank you for your time. Don't worry too much about all the coding that you have seen today. We can go through all this step by step and like really take it slow. This was just an introduction or a teaser trailer video. So let's end this with something fun. Let's do an infinite while loop, which would go on forever until I stop it. So let's do it. T needs to be capital. Another syntax error would have propped up. I think they should do it. And on this note, while my computer is crashing, I will close this video. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you very much.